Hello, this is Hard Chatter, and today we'll be talking about Trump. There is an audio I want you to listen to, and this is very important, okay? And I want you to listen to it, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Is it appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You with who?
ABC News, sir.
But I'll answer your question.
Thank you.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot. And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful. I decided to leave that success behind and make America very successful. And I've made America more successful by far than it ever was, and that it never could have been no matter who was president. There would be nobody bringing in $21 trillion, that I can tell you right now. As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like that.
Just yes, Mr. President, allow me to answer. I feel painful about, families of 9/11 in America, but, we have to focus on reality. Reality based on CIA documents and based on a lot of documents that Osama bin Laden used Saudi people in that event for one main purpose, is to destroy this relation, to destroy the American-Saudi relation. That's the purpose of 9/11. So whoever buying that means they are helping Osama bin Laden's purpose of destroying this relation. He know that strong relation between America and Saudi Arabia, it's bad for extremism, it's bad for terrorism. And we have to approve him wrong and to build our relation, to continue to open our relation. It's critical in the safety of the world. It's critical against extremism and terrorism. About the journalists, it's really painful to hear, anyone that being losing his life for, no real purpose or nothing illegal way, and it's been painful for us in Saudi Arabia. We've did all the right steps of investigation, etc., in Saudi Arabia, and we've improved our system to be sure that nothing happened like that, and it's painful and it's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
Mr. President, is it appropriate?
Now, let's go through this because it's going to be a deep dive, y'all. Okay, now, understand this, man. In 2021, a report from U.S. intelligence community found we assessed that Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, approved an operation in Istanbul, Turkey, to capture and kill Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. I hope I said it right. Okay? I think it's very important to understand that we need to look at the word treason, okay? And I want you to understand this. Treason is the crime of betraying one's country by living in war against it or by giving aid and comfort to its enemies. In the U.S., the Constitution specifically defines treason as either laying war or adhering to enemies or requiring two witnesses to the same overt act or confession in open court or conviction. The penalty for treason can be severe, including the death penalty or imprisonment or loss of ability to hold office. Okay? Now, being that he invited Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the White House, okay? And I'm going to tell you now, if you do a deep dive, there are actually reports from other military people who have said that that wasn't the only death that he ordered. He also is responsible for at least 100 American soldiers' deaths. Okay? So, in other words, Trump, you put an enemy into the White House. This is treasonous. On any level, it's treasonous. People, it's time to wake up, because I'm gonna tell you something, and this is just how I feel about it. I feel like if any other president did anything like this, they would have been tried for treason immediately and put out of the White House. So the question is, why is it that Trump is allowed to do this? Okay? Because you see, the thing is, the voice of the people matters, man. The voice of the people matters. Okay? Don't let your voice be diminished by fear and stupidity here. Okay? So I'm just saying, while we got the Epstein files going on, which is a huge deal, by the way, it's a huge deal. Okay, with his name being in the Epstein files, which is, hearsay, by the way, until we know the truth. I can know one absolute truth. He had Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in the White House in a meeting happily. And if that ain't turning your back on the United States, I don't know what is. What other proof do you have to understand that Trump is a maniacal, sadistic martyr? Okay? He's a sadistic martyr. Another thing about Trump news, he just recently called a reporter Miss Piggy or Piggy. This is a inhumane human being. He's not fit to be president. He's not fit to be anything. Okay? I'm sorry that we're here, but we're here because you didn't want a black woman to be president. It all still stems back to racism. The old tried true invention of the United States of freaking America is why we're sitting here right now. But yeah, I just wanted you to open your eyes and be aware that, hey, I'm calling it right now, because this is really crazy. And the reporter God bless the reporter who defied all odds and decided to say, hey, we're going to speak up for right now. She had every right to speak up. My hat goes off to her. Salute for doing the right thing. Many people are not doing the right thing. So until the next time, I just wanted to come and cover this with you. But until the next time, this is Horror Chatter, and I thank you so much for listening.